Hi, I'm Vibha here, and welcome to another video of mine, which is in continuation to the questions that I have been answering since the past couple of days. This is regarding how did I go about starting my new venture. So, actually, when I did my FB live session 2 days ago, I received a lot of questions, a lot of requests actually saying that Vibha, can you show us some kind of a mind map and a stepwise breakdown of how did you go about it? Okay, so here I am trying to answer that question for you. So if you see my screen, I have this wherein since it is pertaining to me, so I'm the my name is here, and it could be you too. And then there is this new venture that I had decided to start, and I had two questions in front of me, like whom will you serve, which actually meant that who is going to be my target audience, and what will you serve them with. In other words, what would be my service offerings, like will I be offering a service or a product or a solution, an enterprise solution, an end-to-end solution, what is it? So since I was not very clear on those lines, I thought of doing this exercise. So I broke this down into three steps. Okay, so step one is I decided to list down all the key accomplishments of mine in my previous organizations. Okay, and what were this, and then I arrived at the skills. Okay, so the key accomplishments, I made a list of those, like product development, marketing, consulting, sales, support, training, and all that. So these were the, if I could take those key accomplishments, they would fit into one of these. Okay, and I marked against each of those. I have not given what was the responsibility in each of this, because then it would become too big and may not be relevant here. So I've written the main thing as product, as a main topic, as product development, and then I've marked it as whether I like doing it or whether I didn't like doing it. So you could do the same, like you could list your key accomplishments in your organization or organizations, and start marking it. Okay, like whether did you enjoy doing that kind of a job, or whether you enjoyed that responsibility or you did not. Okay, so I made that list, like liked, enjoyed, and did not like, and all that. So if you see my list, it's something like this. So I loved sales, so I enjoyed it because I enjoyed the numbers, and then the closing, handling objections, and all that. I loved solutions consulting because it meant solving a problem for the customer and also articulating the solution for him. Okay, marketing was again a very interesting thing for me because it brought out creativity. Okay, and training again, I liked that human interaction part. I liked the question answer sessions and all that. So I was pretty good at product training too. So here is what the skills came out strongly as, like marketing, yes, because I loved preparing collaterals, like presentations and ebooks and flyers and brochures and white papers, articles, blogs, what and all we need for collaterals, right? And then came the sales part, where I would prepare the pitch, and I would go and pitch the solution, and then handle objections, price negotiations, and closure. And then training, as I said, I had to also train channel partners. And consulting part, as I mentioned, I loved the problem solving and articulating the solution. So the skills that came out strongly were marketing, sales, training, and consulting. Okay, then what I did was, these were the skills. Now I wanted to find out what were the strengths. So here is what I did. Okay, so let me just fold this and click on step 2. So there is this book called Strengths Finder. Most of you may be knowing this. This is a wonderful book by Tom Rath, wherein he explains each of the strength, and he says that how does this particular strength show up as, like if you are say if you are a person who has a strength of consistency, then how will a person who is very consistent would show up like in any kind of situation. Okay, so he explains this situation, and what kind of language or what kind of behavior that they show when they have this kind of strength. Okay, so when I took this test, I mean, there is an online test for finding strength for your strengths. Okay, and actually this book is available on Amazon, and you actually get a code with this book. Okay, and you have to just tear this thing, and there will be a code inside, and then you have to use that code while writing the test. Okay, it actually unlocks the test for you, and then you can take the test. It's a very brief one, and I think you can finish it within an hour, and it sends an assessment to you. So when I did my test, some of the strengths that came out strongly were, I was good with, like, I had a very strong focus, connectedness, futuristic, ideation, individualization, and all that stuff. So the next thing what I did was, I kind of wanted to validate this. Okay, whether this is something how my colleagues and friends saw me as. Okay, so first is I validated myself, and I put myself in different situations, and I kind of analyzed whether this kind of strength came out strongly, and then I wrote to my colleagues and friends saying that, okay, do you also see me as having these kind of strengths? And of course they were very frank about it, and they even told me that the situations where it kind of came out, these strengths came very strongly. Okay, then with that said, I proceeded to step 3, and step 3 was, I had to now build a stack of offerings based on whatever I had as skill set. Like, if I started to prepare sample collaterals, like presentations and proposal, just visualizing some kind of a concept or some product, and then I built around it, so that I could kind of if anyone would show interest or ask for it, I could share that with them. Okay, and some of this stuff, I even put it up, I showcased it on my website, I put it up on YouTube, and I also on my blog sites. Okay, so that if anyone wanted to see, they could always go and read it up and all that stuff. Okay, so this is what you should be doing if you are taking this route. So step 1 is, you list down your key accomplishments, and then you map this, I like it, I don't like, enjoy, and then somewhere your skills will start coming out strongly. Okay, which you can relate with. And then what you can do is, you can use this strength finder technique to see that what strengths also, do these strengths align with the skills that you possess. Okay, and then the third is, build your stack, because it will help, it will bring in more clarity actually. Because when I started answering this question, I had no idea that I would get this much clarity. So as you start working on this question, I am telling you seriously that it something beautiful starts to emerge, and you will be really be surprised to see that, oh, you actually have these many skills with you. Okay, so with that said, I think I mean, if any one of you wants this mind map, I'm more than happy to share with you. So just drop a note, and I will send this across. This is a PDF document, and tomorrow I'll be taking up the other question, and which is, whom will you serve? It's a very vast question, and again I have used a stepwise breakdown to actually arrive at my target audience, whom I can serve with this kind of skill set. Okay, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching, and thank you for those wonderful comments that you all leave, and it really motivates me to create more videos and share my this journey of starting my venture and where I am today. So thank you so much, guys. I'm really grateful for that, and see you soon in my another video. Thank you.